let's draw Olaf. I'm turning my paper vertical. You can turn your paper horizontal or vertical. It's up to you. And we're gonna start with the eyes. So think about where the eyes need to go. I am finding the middle of my paper and I'm going up a little bit. If I draw the eyes here, that'll be perfect because I'll still have room above my finger where I'm gonna draw his forehead and those little antlers or sticks that stick out of his head. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna be using a Sharpie so you can see mine from far away and you can see it clearly, but you will be using a pencil. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start with 2 circles and try to make one a little bit smaller than the other. That makes him have that silly look. And then let's start on the carrot nose. So right under the right eye, you're gonna make a curved line and then it goes down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna curve it a little bit more and make a little hump like that. And then on the inside of his eyes, you can do this now or later, color it in, or just draw 2 circles for his pupils. You can color it in now with your pencil or later with your other materials that you're gonna use to color. And let's finish up his nose. So go back to the beginning of the nose and just draw a curved line to meet the edge like that. And his eyebrows above his eyes, kind of like that. And we can go in later and make them thicker. All right, looking good. Now let's draw his smile. So over here to the side, we're gonna make a little line, like a little cheek line or a dimple. And his smile goes down and then it comes around the carrot. Let's not forget his silly front tooth. It's kind of like a rectangle. And then his cheek, which is above the smile line. This time we're gonna start under the left eye and we're just gonna draw a curved line like a C around the smile. Now on to the forehead. So now we're gonna start right here at that cheek and we're going to go up and around the eyebrows. And then let's go back down a little bit, staying close to the eye. And now his chin. So let's go back to that cheek over here. And we're just gonna draw a line that goes towards the center. It's diagonal. And then let's finish the right cheek. So I'm gonna make this go down a little bit. And then we're gonna go around to touch the outside of that other smile. And then we're gonna make the chin come down and meet this one, leaving a space in between. Very good. And then we just close it up for his neck. Awesome. Now we're gonna draw his body. And this is really fun because it's just some marshmallow shapes. So let's start near the neck, right here on the side of the neck. And you're just gonna draw a curved line down around to make a curvy square or rectangle. And then we're gonna make another marshmallow shape that's wider and bigger for his bottom or the last part of his body. We're gonna go around, we're making this one a little bigger, around to meet the other side. Very good. Now let's add some texture to that carrot before we forget. So just some lines to make it look more like a carrot, more realistic, and to make it look more 3D, like it's round instead of flat. All right, let's draw some marshmallow legs. The right one and the left one. And the left one kind of draws into the right one to make it look more realistic and 3D as well. All right, let's draw his arms. The first one, I'm gonna draw his hand up, waving. You can draw it down if you want, but I'm kind of just making like a curvy stick shape. And then I'm going to make it into, well, actually it was a line first. I'm gonna make it into a shape like that. You can color this in now with your pencil, or you can wait until we use materials. And he's got 4 fingers. Awesome. Now the other hand, I'm gonna have it going downwards. So same thing, like a curvy line, and then I'm gonna turn it into a shape. Color it in now or later. And 4 fingers again. Very good. Now let's draw his buttons. He's got 1 on the top. You can color it in if you want or just leave it blank for later. And then 2 on the bottom. Try your best to make them the same size, same shape. All right, I think the only thing left is the antlers or the sticks on his head. So the first one, I'm gonna draw the one in the middle, so find the middle of the head, and it kind of curves to the left. Then you can go in and make these thicker too, like you did the arms. And then the one on the right looks kind of like a crooked lowercase r. So we're gonna start a curved line like that and then make the top of like a R. And the one on the right is a backwards R that's even more crooked. So it's a little more leaning sideways. And then the top of the R. All right, that is it. Thanks for drawing Olaf with me. Now, let's draw the Grinch. You can turn your paper vertical or horizontal, and you're doing this on the back of your Olaf paper. I'm going to be using a Sharpie. Remember, you're using a pencil. We are drawing only the head of the Grinch, and we want to make it in the center of the paper. So even though we're in the center, don't worry if you won't have room for the arms or legs or the body. We're only drawing the base, okay? To make the face, we're going to draw the side of his face first. So you need to kind of pick an area on your paper where you're going to draw 2 lines that are kind of copycat lines for his wide face, okay? So I'm going to start about the middle, like I said, a curved line on this side and a curved line on the other side. And then we're going to find the middle of these 2 lines, and then we're going to go down, okay, a little bit. Think about where his chin would be. So if these are his, the side of his head, chin would be about down here. So find the middle, go down, and I like to make a little dot with my pencil where his chin is going to be. Now, going back up to the side of the face, we're gonna curve it like a C and then meet the dot. If it's not perfectly on the dot like mine, of course, that's okay. Sometimes your plans change. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And you might have to make some of them longer so they can meet together. He's got a very pointy chin. Okay, let's do his hat. So we're just gonna make some fluffy texture or some lines to suggest texture and that his hat is fluffy. You're gonna go all the way around making these cloud lines or curved lines. Very good. Now let's draw the top of the hat. I like to kind of eyeball it first and maybe make a little dot in the middle of the puffy part and then going up. You can do this if you want, but you don't have to. Make a curved line and then do the same on the other side. The other side, you're gonna go away from the fluffy part and a little bit longer. And this is going to be a fluffy part too, but I'm gonna do it a little differently. You can do it the same as you did in the first fluffy area, or you can kind of make it more spiky like this. It's up to you. Okay, now let's close up this gap, starting in the middle of the hat, making a curved line and then kind of curving it around to meet that spiky part. And if you have a gap right here, let's draw a line to close it up. Awesome. Now let's draw his eyes. I like to actually start with the nose because I know the nose is going to be about in the middle. So I'm going to find the middle, and that's where I'm going to make his nose. Okay, so it's a curved line like that, kind of like a stretched out rainbow line. And then a C shape on the left, a backward C shape on the right, and then kind of a little curve like that. Now I'm going to draw his eyebrows next, and I'm going to make them angry looking. So I'm going to draw 2 curved lines. Now I'm going to turn them into shapes. At the bottom of the eyebrows, make a curve and then kind of meet at the top and make it pointed if you can. And do the same thing on the right. And then we're going to make 2 half circles. And then draw like some cheek lines. And meeting his cheek lines, we're going to finish the eye. Just like that, drawing an extra little line like that to make him extra angry. And then we can draw a brow line in the middle of his eyebrows. Like that. And the same thing on the right side. Almost done. Now let's draw his mouth. Again, I like to start in the middle, so I'm going to find the middle of the nose, or this little pointy part. I'm going to go down, make a little dot, and then I'm going to draw his curvy, V-shaped mouth. Awesome. And he's got some little fluffy texture on the side of his cheeks, so let's do that. Starting here. 3 little triangle shapes. And the same thing on the other side. Very good. And let's draw his neck and the top of his Santa costume. So now we're 2 curved lines under the chin. And we're going to do a fluffy collar. Going around to make those curved cloud lines. And then we're going to do one under his neck this way. I'm going to make his neck connect. If yours doesn't, you can do the same. And then we're stopping at the top of his chest. So now you can just draw 2 shoulder lines. And I like to just close it up like this. And then this is where we're stopping today. Thanks for drawing the Grinch with me. Now let's color our pictures. You are going to use whatever materials that you have. And I'm starting with Olaf. It's super complicated. I color the carrot and that's it. But let me show you an extra fun touch you can add. If you have a blue crayon or a blue marker, even purple would work because purple's a cool color too. Add a little tiny light stripe on the side of his body and a little side of his face. Very light. I'm not pressing down very hard. And it kind of makes him look 3D or like he's cold. See how cute? And now I'm going to color the Grinch. You can use markers, crayons, whatever colors you have on hand or materials you have on hand. You can color your pictures the way they look in the real cartoon or the movie, or you can come up with your own crazy colors of the Grinch and Olaf. I know that you boys and girls may have used a pencil when I used a Sharpie. So a trick to make it look nice and clean is to outline all of your pencil lines with a dark colored marker. If you don't have black, you can use any color you want. Maybe green would be good. Outline everything in green for the Grinch. And then you can go in and color with crayons. That is my favorite way to color, is to outline with a dark marker or the color of the actual object, and then color on the inside with crayons. I find that when I do that, a lot of my shapes don't get lost or don't go into hiding. So that's what you can do to make that effect really beautiful. Remember to take your time and color nice and neat. And if you finish early, you can draw any kind of pictures or decorations around your picture to make it more wintry or holiday-like. Thanks for drawing and coloring with me. I'm going to finish this up.